Hey you guys, thanks for subscribing. I got a couple new subscribers this month. I appreciate it. And I went to go see another plastic surgeon, top surgeon. I just a plastic surgeon who happens to do top surgery, and she doesn't do bottom surgery. But that's okay because I wasn't there for that. I'm here to complain a little bit. I hope I don't ramble on too long. But yeah, I drove from where I live. It's a 3-hour drive. So I drove 3 hours to this university in Missouri called Washington State University. And this place is huge. I mean, wow, I couldn't believe it's a campus, and I couldn't believe um, how massive this place was. And I was a little concerned about finding it. I was concerned about the long drive. I was concerned I would be rejected, even though, because it happened to me last summer, I was rejected by a surgeon after being told they'd work with me on payment with my insurance. But once I got there, no. And there's a video on that if you've seen it. You know what I went through. But so I was a little concerned about, they're going to turn me down, even though on the phone the secretary told me, yes, she did take my insurance. And I remember talking to her like more than once. And she said, yeah, we take your insurance. I have Medicare. You guys, I'm on disability. I'm not wealthy. Because when a person's on disability, you're limited on your funds, on your income. There's only so much you can do, with like with what I'm going through, trying to get surgeries and whatnot. So that's why it took me a long time too, to even be able to get on testosterone, because my insurance didn't cover it. So yeah, and there's a whole video on that, and some of you have watched that. It still gets viewed, but the thing is, my insurance does cover FTM surgeries. I know that it does. I've talked to people that said it covered theirs. I've seen people on social media said it covered theirs. But for some reason, I'm having such a hard time with these surgeons that I'm finding. Well, the first surgeon. And so I made sure. I even went through a phone number that I found online, a gender clinic, and I called them and I made sure they took my insurance. And the guy told me they did, that they'd have to do the surgery first and then bill my insurance, and then they probably would pay for it, but if they didn't, then I'd have to pay out of pocket. I'd be stuck with a bill, which I was willing to do. But man, I can't believe I went all the way there. I'd only had 3 hours sleep. I'm still stressed out over it. That's why I'm on here, to complain, and talk to you guys about it. In case something like this were to happen to you, I wouldn't want it to happen to anybody else. It's happening to me. So, if you do have Medicare, that is what I'm on. Some places just don't take it, and even though they're supposed to, and even though I was told, see, I've called other surgeons and been turned down, and that's fine because that's on the phone. I don't have to drive all the way there and then get turned down. But this place told me by 3 different people they take my insurance. And so, but I was still kind of apprehensive about it. But I thought for the most part, it'd probably be okay. So it'd be worth the drive and the wait and so forth. And I kept getting set back. My first appointment was actually right after Christmas, and the secretary called me to this particular surgeon to tell me that the doctor won't be in because she's taking a longer vacation. So she set me back, I think, 2 months over that, because other people were ahead of me. And then I had to cancel my second appointment because there was a blizzard that day. So I had to wait like another month until yesterday, and the weather was clear. I was excited. I even drove a little bit too fast to get there. I have fibromyalgia. I mean, I got all kinds of problems, man. I got problems. But I have fibromyalgia, which, it affects my back. So, and I was the one driving. So, about 2 hours into the drive, I could start feeling my back. It was tensing up. I didn't like that too much. I kept going. We didn't get lost, so that was a good thing. So finally, let's fast forward. I get to see the surgeon. She's really super nice. She's pleasant. She's cool. She asked me all the necessary questions. She did my chest measurements. She asked me to ask any questions. Of course, she had any questions, and I asked her every question I could think of that I thought to ask. I told her what type of surgery, or how I wanted my surgery to look, put it that way, because she was going to do a double mastectomy. That's what she told me. I said, yeah, that's what I want. And I told her I wanted a flat chest. I wanted small nipples. Because I've seen some guys on social media and their nipples they turned out like pepperoni pizza nipples. And they had to get revisions. So I told her I didn't want to have dog ears underneath my arms, blah, blah, blah. I was just being very particular about what I wanted and what I knew I wanted. And then she said that would be okay. She was real sweet. And she's drawing on a piece of paper and showing me, how she, what she does, how she makes the incisions and what they look like. Would that be okay with me? And yeah, all that. And she was real sweet, and I said, yeah. And then she starts talking about that I needed a mammogram. And then she could do the surgery once she got the information on my mammogram, my test results back from that. She even wanted to set me up a date in 2 weeks. Now listen closely. She wanted me to come in 2 weeks and get the surgery, start the surgery done. And then she said I'd have to wait another week to get the drains taken out. So that means I have to go back and forth. Of course, I was willing to do all that. I had no problem with it. And then she says, something about my insurance, like, well, okay, so your insurance is going to pay for this, right? Or something, I can't remember the exact question, but it's something about my insurance. And I told her, well, what I was told. And she said, okay, that would be fine. Just get your results, from the mammogram. That's all she required. And yeah, she took photos. I had to undress. She took photos. I wasn't that uncomfortable with her, basically because she's female, and I really don't like to undress in front of male doctors. But I won't go into that right now. But yeah, so I everything went smoothly. I had my hopes up really high. I thought, wow, this is really going to happen. 2 weeks, wow, that's soon. That's good, because I waited so long. And then she said, well, she'd have her secretary come in and talk to me. I want to see photos too. And she said, oh, I'll have her bring those photos too of her previous surgeries, top surgeries. I was going to say, because she didn't have anything online to look at. So, hold on a second. I sent the drain. But yeah, she was very, very, very pleasant. And I liked her. And I liked what she said. I said I want smaller nipples, and first she thought I meant I didn't want any nipples at all. And I said, no, I want nipples. I just don't want them to be too big. She said, okay, I can do that. Everything I told her I wanted, she said, I can do that. And I said, I want dog ears. And she said, when she normally does top surgery, she hasn't had anybody come in for any revisions. She said, thus far, she said, I don't know, maybe you could be one of them, but she's going to do her best not to leave anything that I wouldn't want. I'm going to do it just the way I want it. So I was happy about that. And then I said, yeah, well, I'm on Medicare, and I was told that you would do the surgery first, and then they'd try to get my insurance to pay for it, and then if I was denied, then I'd pay for it out of pocket. She said, oh, okay, that sounds okay. That sounds fine. Well, I'll get my secretary in here, and you'll talk to her about setting up the appointment and about the insurance and how you're going to pay for it. And I said, okay. You know, and then the secretary comes in, and it was like the secretary came in and threw a hand grenade at me or something. Because and Aaron went with me, and he stood next to me. We had our little dog with us, and the doctor even liked my little dog. Like, oh, I didn't notice your little dog. Oh, and then she started talking about how she had a Chihuahua, and she was so pleasant. But the secretary came in like she had a bad attitude when she first walked in. Like something must have been said to her by the doctor to set her off, because she comes in and starts telling me she never told me that she took my insurance, but she did. So I know what I was going to do. Um, I think I told Aaron before, if they try to tell me they don't take my insurance after they told me on the phone, you know, what if that happens again? Because it happened before. He's like, well, I don't want to have a fit, you know, because we'll probably get thrown out. I said, yeah, I know, because I do have a bad temper. Even though I seem mellow, I'm more passive aggressive. I mean, if something sets me off, sets me off. So I heard her out. I thought I'll just like sit here and try to be calm, but I did tell her, no, you told me you took my insurance. And she said, and she was shaking her head, and she was being real bitchy, and she seemed really convincing that she told me, you know, differently. She was saying, no, I never said I took your insurance. I never said we did that. I said, yes, you did, because I remember her name. It was Caitlin, and I even talked to her more than once on the phone, not only about my insurance, but about, you know, being stuck in a blizzard, and about her calling me and set me back because, you know, over the holidays, and I'm always talking to the same person. So I knew it was her, and I told her, I'm sure that you told me you took my insurance. And now she's saying, I don't know where you heard that, but I never, you know, kind of like, I never said that. And I said, yeah, and I was told you do they do the surgery first. The surgeon does the surgery first, and then you bill my insurance. And she kept shaking her head, no, no, and saying, no, I never said that. That's not how it's done. And then I told her, yeah, but I told you another guy that answered the phone told me that's how you guys do it here. And I told you, and you said, oh, okay, yeah. And I said, so you take my insurance? I just want to make sure. And this is becoming a real pain in the ass. Real pain in the ass. Because now she told me, well, she has to see if my insurance will cover top surgery. And that's going to take at least 7 weeks, she said. And then she said, or maybe it could take 3 weeks because with somebody else, it took 3 weeks. So I'm thinking, who doesn't know their job here? And I wanted to say that, but then I thought I had to try to play it cool. Like, well, if I say things to her, like you don't know your job, or you know, just start being real difficult with her, then she can tell the doctor, and the doctor can deny me. And yes, she can, and that's happened to me before. No, I'm not talking about the top surgery again. I'm talking about with something else, with another doctor. If you argue with them, or they just don't like you, doctors don't have to take you. And this doctor's not hurting to get patients. I can see that. She's got a long list of trans guys trying to get top surgery and wanting top surgery from her. So it was difficult to. It's not a total fail. It's not an epic fail, but it wasn't what I was expecting. Since the surgeon was acting so positive, and I was told over the phone they took my insurance, and then to be told, oh, we never said that, and what am I going to do about it? Because I could sue them, but I have nothing on record, nothing written down, nothing recorded. All I could do is wait some more. So that's what I'm going to do. And then she calls me today and says, well, you have to get a mammogram, and then after you get your mammogram results in, she said, then you can go ahead and we'll go ahead and see if your insurance pays for it. So that's doing it backwards to me. She should go ahead and call the insurance company first, and then while she's doing that, waiting on that result. I don't know why they're so backwards. I don't understand. I don't like being treated like that, because I feel like a child. I'm an adult, and I'm just pissed off right now. I'm disappointed, pissed off. I drove a long way. I've been waiting a long time. So the waiting's getting to me. It's getting me depressed. So that's what's happening. But I have another appointment from here where I'm at to drive to Chicago to check out a surgeon in Chicago. I didn't cancel that, so I kept that, and that's not until the end of April, so I may or may not go to that. It depends on, what's happening with this surgeon I just saw yesterday. Their office. They're just going to take it. It's just taking a long time, and I think things might go better in Chicago. It's just that this surgeon had a lot of bad reviews, and plus it's far. 4-hour drive. Probably going to end up being longer drive than 4 hours. I'm just getting so fed up. I'm trying to be patient here, and I just don't know why these people don't know the job. I don't understand who they're hiring. They just make sure they know what to talk about when they talk about insurance. Because surgeons, of course, they want to be paid. So, it could have been, in this case, maybe the doctor, even though she was acting real sweet, and she's being passive, friendly, maybe she went in and said something to the secretary, like, make sure he knows, make sure, he pays. You don't even know how a person is behind your back, because I didn't know what set the secretary off to come in with such a negative attitude. Maybe she was getting blamed for something, like, did you tell him I do the surgery first and then he paid? And maybe she got scared and went, huh? No, and then came in with an attitude, because she already came in with an attitude. So there's something to that. So she started to deny it. I said, no, I never said that. And no, I didn't say that, Hunter. I didn't say that, but she did. So you guys wouldn't like that either, driving all that way and getting, not getting the results you wanted. So, and I should look it up. The reason. So if I go to Chicago, they told me it would take 8 months after I saw the surgeon there, had my consultation there with the surgeon in Chicago. 8 months. So that's like almost another year. I just can't believe this. And then one of the secretaries told me on the phone, well, there's just too many 18-year-olds trying to get top surgery. It's not like it used to be. So just all of a sudden, like in 1 year's time, all these guys are calling. And he said he didn't like it, because he said that he thinks, older people should be able to go in first. But they don't have a policy like that. They're not going to say that. If you're older, come on in. All you older guys. But, I understand. Even if you're 18, you're still going to want your surgery. That doesn't mean you should have to wait longer or be put back on a list. It's first come, first serve. I understand that. But I don't like the fact that there's just this is such a long waiting list now. So you guys want to get your surgery, and you're thinking about waiting on it, waiting. You might want to at least get an appointment so you'll have more time to wait. If you got to wait 8 months to a year, you'll have more time to think about it. Then you can cancel later. But yeah, like I got set back with the COVID, then I got set back with the holidays, then got back with the blizzard, and blah blah blah. Well, actually, I got set back when the secretaries don't know what to talk about on the phone. And maybe it wouldn't have been so bad if it was just like a half-hour drive or something. But probably, knowing me, I still would have been upset. So I'll have to get back on here and let you guys know that are interested what's happening with that. Because I'm on Medicare, and I did talk to two different guys. Said, well, Medicare paid for all their surgeries, top and lower. They didn't know why I was having a problem since they didn't have a problem. I don't know. I know I'm asking the right questions. I'm just getting the wrong answers. So, and I don't know why a surgeon is getting such bad reviews. I'm only hoping that the surgeon that's getting bad reviews isn't really that bad. Like somebody wrote on the review board about him that he drove 500 miles to get to Chicago from wherever he was at, just to be told by the surgeon that he was too old. That he was too old. That, well, he wanted phalloplasty, and somebody on the phone told him, sure, they knew his age, and sure, that was okay, that he could do phalloplasty, only to be told by the surgeon once he got there that he couldn't make a phallus out of his body because he was too old. Which, that would piss me off too. I hope he just doesn't tell me something like, well, you're too old, like I'm too old so he can't do my top surgery. I don't think that's going to happen, because top surgery is different than lower surgery. But who knows, he could say something like that. So yeah, I am worried about it. I'm concerned. Besides, he's got something in my eye. Yeah, so. Anyway, well, I'm gonna go, because I just wanted to rant and rave about that, and let you guys know. If you have any troubles with, getting your top surgery put in the comment, let me know. If you got a story to tell, let me know. Just don't leave any negative comments or anything about the way I look or something, because I get that on my videos. I'll get them even on my old videos. I'll be like, what's this? I'll get a notification and somebody saying something transphobic, which that's to be expected. But it's always something that's negative. It's something stupid. It's something transphobic, and something that's not going to change me. It's not going to make me myself detransition because you think I should, whatever the bad comments are. Like one person saying, I look better as a woman. I should have transitioned into a male because I look better as a woman. But it's not about that. I don't care if somebody looks like a supermodel. I mean, if they feel like they're a male, they're not gonna, not take testosterone or transition, because it's not about that. It's that your brain's gotta match your body, and that's why you're transgendered. So I don't know who does that. Says, hey, I'm such a pretty woman. I'm just no way I'm going to take testosterone. And fine, then maybe you're not really transgender. That's my thoughts on it. Even if you say, well, I think I won't make such a good-looking male. Who cares? It's not. Is it really about if you're hot, if you're good-looking? I just, some of the things that have written, people take their time out to write this transphobic stuff. So anyway, if you have any comics, make sure that it's something about, it's something positive. I appreciate that. Because if it's anything that you think you're going to make me detransition, it's not going to work. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't know. I don't think anybody would. But I know I'm not. Yep. My pronouns are he, him, and they. He, him, not she. So I'm gonna go and I'll let you. Thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate you guys to subscribe. And if you have a channel and you want me to view it, just put that in the comments below as well. Just say, hey Hunter, I got a channel. Why don't you watch it? Why don't you subscribe? And I will. Right now I'm depressed, stressed out, and I'm angry. So I have to let you go. I have to get off here. I'm getting upset just talking about it. But peace as always, peace, and I'm gonna go. Hunter out.